Welcome to a zerok 1 vs 1 on Cubic Plains, a map where we've seen it before, we'll see it again. It is a gunship opener for, in the red, fahx, with the heavy fahx machine engineer commander, who is blueprinting Blastwing, which seems to be intentional, since that is not the raider. And sometimes fahx just chooses violence. Indeed, and that opponent, over here in the blue, it is DasFapitale, with hovers and a jump bot commander. It's the leg day enthusiast. Of course, nice thing for that, doesn't have to run all this way to get to the maxes, can just jump and then jump over there, indeed, just as they have laid it out. Will allow their expansion to be quite a bit faster. fahx's commander, slow commander of course, is to walk all that way. And of course, because they're going gunships, they need that heavy aggression. Because, well, coming in soon. Oh, no, they're not coming in. They're actually just going, okay, into the home base. Also makes sense. Get that wind destroyed. Through the trees. Napalm. Blastwings. There they go. Already a couple of wind turbines destroyed. Max 1 going down. Max 2 will stay up. Unless these next two Blastwings have something to say about that. Already, well, that's a very flickery bar, because that is 12 energy. Struggling for energy there. Nice thing for hovers. Daggers are able to one-shot Blastwings. 80 HP only, whereas they have like 110 burst damage. Daggers. Low HP, so if they do get hit, they are likely going to go down. But all three maxes destroyed. Hover platform itself won't. This dagger will still go down. So attrition for now, 50% only for DasFapitale. The nice thing about this map as well, because you only have like this small area where you can get into the enemy base, it's relatively easy to defend. And well, all of this middle area, there aren't any maxes there, so it's not as if you really give up a whole lot. Because just looking at it now, DasFapitale with the faster commander of course, only now getting out of their home base. Yeah, like their starting area. And, well, fahx is 2 maxes behind, but not that far. And of course, with 3 maxes destroyed in the home base, could very easily destroy another 2 maxes there. Already denying the squill for now. Will be rebuilding immediately, but still. So yeah, fahx definitely doing a very good job at, well, keeping DasFapitale's eco down as well. For now, completely even. At what? Minimum of 2, what? I don't know. Oh, to kill a quill. Aha. Right. And over here also, nets, of course, able to stun commanders quite easily. They're anti-heavy. So then you just follow up with a couple of locusts for the DPS. They don't have a ton of DPS, but still enough to just slowly but surely wither away at the commander that's not fighting back. But with all of those daggers coming in now, commander will stay up. Well, fahx sent like 3, maybe even 4 locusts there. Especially with 4, it would have gone down. Even with 3, it would probably have been possible to just, well, destroy the daggers and then just go after the commander once again. Or even just let one of your locusts go down and still kill the commander. Probably would have been an option. And DasFapitale, oh no. That looks like... No, that's the wrong one. Exodus! No, DasFapitale. You're ahead in eco because of those additional maxes here. But you're not able to spend it all. Luckily enough. Well, there comes fahx, cleaning up 3 more maxes. Should be no issue at all. I said that, but they're now going after the quail and the dagger, but yeah, okay. Now they are going to clean them up. Over here, home base, still no defenses in the actual base itself. No loaders there. And actually, DasFapitale once again going to be accessing. No energy around these maxes. Pretty much nothing in the home base. Wind is currently relatively low. So even a 0.7 wind floor turbine at only 1.1. So 300 plus access already. Over here could be a bit of a bad fight for fahx though. Alright, they are going to retreat just in time. Probably the correct choice. And still just dagger, huh? Yeah, apparently so. Is that the correct choice, though? I don't think it's a bad choice. Especially because of the blastwing threat still. Where dagger works quite well. Just because they one-shot. Scalpel would normally be like, oh, well, nice missile, so does home. But I'm pretty sure that gunships, or at least like Locust and Blastwings, outspeed the rockets themselves, the missiles. So I don't think those would make sense. And then, of course, well, yeah, Mace could work, but it's expensive. So you don't really field a lot of them. They're slow, so you can relatively easily outmaneuver them with gunships. And of course, if you get a couple of nets in there, those things have like 700? Yeah, 700 per shot, 560, or like almost 600 DPS of stun. So yeah, even just one, maybe even two Mace are relatively easy to shut down with gunships. Because yeah, even though they have like 350 DPS, that's still over a second to kill a single net. Heavy on the defenses, especially against Hobbit, that's quite nice. Even a strat that, well, the wiki itself tells you about, like, oh, well, daggers, low DPS, low HP, just build a couple of loaders to deal with them quite well. Packs we could have also seen before, but yeah. Rover assembly, Ripper, Fencer, standard composition there. Coming in soon. Locust, doing a bit of a drive-by. Lotus gets cleaned up very soon. There it goes. And a couple of daggers could also go down. But for now, not really engaging with them. Just cleaning up the maxes. And also, yep, 8.3 overdrive. Packs way ahead in eco. Wind currently very good. For DasFapitale as well, of course. But yeah, look, already 9 solar panel or wind generators. 21. Oh, these as well. Only hooked up to a single metal extractor, so hardly any overdrive there. That definitely hurts a lot. Next couple of nets coming in. Alright. Daggers not really going to be defending their commander yet. Might not need to. Couple of Blastwings, also very nice against daggers. And some points. They counter each other. In singulars, then dagger is quite well good against like Blastwing. However, Blastwing higher AoE, so can hit a lot of Blastwings. And even though it gets shot down, if it's flying towards the dagger, it can still hit it. Just because the projectile still goes through. Revenants have been spotted. And Reaver. And at its point, yes indeed. And yeah, as well, yeah, Mace is incredibly slow. Indeed it is. There they come. How many defenses does DasFapitale have? Well, they've got a single Razor. And soon to have one Lotus. Couple of daggers, low DPS, so against like 4,000-5,000 HP units, they are not going to do anything. Mace gets cleaned up before it is actually produced, unless that was just a dagger, and I just misread it. Haha, could very well have been the case. Hover platform goes down. Even the first Revenant still not gone. And both of them do indeed survive. Relatively low HP. But still, could be sniping these maxes, could be sniping the Quill. Same over there. Even the advanced radar, 450 value, not cheap at all. Would have deleted the Razor first, to be honest. Would have been an option as well, of course. And yeah, if there had not been a Quill there, it would have been a pain in the ass to just rebuild that factory. Completely true, but hey, that's why we have DasFapitale. Main character syndrome and all that, right? But that's mostly in team games. Locust, trying the best, but yeah, just don't have enough of them. And there comes Flail. Decent, not my favorite entire unit. But it is burst damage. Not ideal against gunships generally. But hey, good range, so outranges most of the enemy units. I don't think it, no, even Nimbus it might just barely outrange. No, because of the additional range, let's see, kinda close. Yeah, that's quite close, but I think Flail still outranges. Revenant. Oh, not going down still. It's not that close actually. And there they come. Fences pushing the line forward. Not sitting still though, so Mace is able to get in range. There it goes, but does not hit the first fencer for all that much. Just like a little bit of HP, like yeah, 100 HP only. Not a big deal. Over here, daggers. Getting close. Don't really focus on the fences, but do clean up one. Do also clean up the Ripper. And now it's the question, who has more DPS? Well, it should still be the daggers, especially because there were two of them. Riot v Riot, that should be a win for the Mace, but hey, with the support from the fences, Mace does also go down. By now though, 47 eco for DasFapitale, only 38 for fahx. They're still a little bit, well, they're a bit behind in eco again. Not still, they were ahead at some point. But yeah, because they don't have these maxes yet, DasFapitale for now ahead. Especially with the reclaim as well. Not a whole lot of it on the field, but hey. Over here, almost like 750. Here, like 500, another 250. So yeah, both players can definitely be getting quite a lot of reclaim. Over here, Quill is getting some reclaim. The rocks, yeah, funds and stones, do have like both energy and metal reclaim. But it's not a whole lot. If you just get this little patch, that gives you a lot more. You ping. Don't know why you're pinging that. Commander for DasFapitale, still kinda shut down over here. Single razor to defend, quite nice against gunships. Nimbus for now not being healed up actually. And two Revenants, well, coming in. Are taking down the flail. But first Revenant really should be retreating by now. There it goes, and oh, I missed those, but another two razors. Yeah, that's kind of cutting it close for the Revenant. But it does seem to survive. Next Revenant, please get out of range. Because it's not a good look if you go down there. Alright, good job. And look at what we've got over here. Mace drop incoming. Or at least, I would hope that's Mace drop. For now, Charon's not doing anything. Oh. There you go. Gathering up a couple of Mace. Sparrows to scout. And great scouting, great timing on the scouting as well. Seeing that crow before it goes up, but it has already like 1300 invested. On top of the fact that, well, there is just a lot of value over here. Like 5,000 value. Thereabouts. And of course, well, with triple mace. Especially if you have even more mace. But it's just going to be 3 of them. Yeah, you can definitely take down all of this. Just take down the factory, don't need to take down the crow itself. And by the time those Charons arrive, yeah, that's probably like 3,000 invested. So it's going to hurt even more. You say LMAO? Because it was like spotted by radar, I guess? No, fahx does not have any radar. Bit of a shame that, but this hurts as well. Single Charon only. The other 2 do live on. They can just continue going. Dropped off in a weird location though. Not a fan, not a fan. Nope, just not. I don't like that, because now indeed Faraday goes up. Faraday has like good DPS. Like 1100 stun, 400 DPS thereabouts. Revenant's coming in as well. So yeah, even with like 700 DPS almost on those 2 Mace. This base is actually just going to live on. It's going to survive. And the crow will go up. Mace 1 gone. Second Mace stunned. And destroyed as well. There it goes. Thank you. And there Revenant. For good measure. Oh. Yeah. Of course, hard to say for DasFapitale, right? But it might have been better to go this way around, even though, yeah, Commander would spot you with radar. Most likely, at least. The issue is that, well, you kind of should have known that they had, like, Nimbus or Revenants over there. And even just the drop itself. Why drop there? Especially because you had scouting on, like, all of it. So you know that, well, Factory 1 is over here, Rover Factory. The other one is in the home base. You knew there was nothing there because you had scouted that with your Sparrow. Not a fan. Well. It happened, but now it is indeed, as they also say, crow time. Over here, Caretaker is going to get built. We'll also be able to reclaim that 700. DasFapitale still hasn't done that. 3000 in the middle, hardly being reclaimed. Single Wasp is there to reclaim it. And DasFapitale now scouts the crow and also scouts the location it's going. But of course, doesn't matter all that much. You should know that because of your radar. Because, yeah, look, advanced radar knows everything. Revenant does get hit by Mace a little bit, but still easily able to survive that. And that's DasFapitale. Technically with positive attrition, but I don't think that's going to last long. Crow, yeah, it's being hunted by Triple Trident, which is like a lot of burst damage, 2000 burst there almost. That's still not enough to take down a crow, not even close. It can tickle it, but yeah. Flails, total burst damage currently also just over 2000. And over here, yeah, DasFapitale's attrition, not amazing. Sure, it will be positive if you take the max down and retreat with triple dagger. But I would assume that all of this reclaim, and that's like 800 additional reclaim, would all go to fahx. I would hope so, at least. fahx does take the crow the long way around. Not sure if I like that. You will be spotted, well, by the advanced radar multiple times. Yeah, not sure if I like that one. Just because, well, DasFapitale knows a lot. As their Sparrows moving around, they can just intercept with their Tridents. And it will allow them to, like, prepare defenses in their home base. Or even just get up more mobile anti-air. By now, fahx or DasFapitale also reclaiming heavily in the middle with those quills. Just building a stinger first to just defend all of the area. And hey, more raiding going on with a couple of Mace. Sneaky Mace in the trees, but hey. And not enough anti-air, you say. Well, at least there is enough anti-air to push the crow away. Sure, it's not enough to kill it immediately. But at least, well, yeah, that's 4000 value that's just sitting idle. Because fahx isn't going for it, indeed. Over here though, nice little cleanup with those rovers. Commander has been cleaned up. But yeah, Mace and all that should be able to clean up those last couple of rovers. Over here, we're going to have a Strider hub. What are you going to construct? Nothing yet. And hey, there we go. Crow once again moving in from fahx, but OMG. Being held back by just 5 Tridents. Crow is not doing anything. It's going to retreat fully. Advanced radar will spot it, so the Tridents will be there, or at least should be there, when the crow tries to engage again. Alright, moving them up a little bit. And the crow just going home for now. fahx also like struggling with their metal a little bit. Is getting up a Dante. Is that the answer? No? I mean, yeah, DasFapitale getting all of that reclaim. Very nice for them. Not sure how much that is in total. Also like 1100 access. No. Yeah, 6000 reclaim. Over like 3000 more than fahx has. in terms of overdrive, has been good for fahx. A little bit surprised, but I think that's just because DasFapitale hasn't really been overdriving Maxes all that well, since like even in their home base where they have all that energy. Fusion not linked up at all of these wind generators not linked up, so they just don't spread the love around. They're just not overdriving with the energy they have. Yeah, excess energy of over like 5,000. So, Crow, what are you able to do before the anti-air pushes you away again? Well, you're going to bomb like 1, maybe 2 Ravages there, retreating immediately. There are still like 4 Mace, soon to be 6 Mace, that are going to deal with the Ravages. Ravages not exactly great anti-air, so the Tridents are chasing, though they are now in range, which is not ideal. Could have done a little bit more damage. I don't think the Crow would have gone down, but it was a bit of a shame, just moving them into the enemy Crow. Yeah, that at least led to unnecessary losses. I won't say it's like the biggest deal ever, but hey, didn't need to happen. Dante is almost up, but look at the map control for now. Like, DasFapitale does have over 50% of the map under control. Not really getting up all of the maxes. On this side they are getting them up soon. And of course, still like 2,000 reclaim. That, look at those squills go, is being gathered up by DasFapitale. Oh yeah, this map has geothermals, that's right. And over here, it is so Kroger, DasFapitale now the one with the Crow as well. Dante is also up, but again, I don't think that is really going to change the course of this game, really. Couple more Mace drops. I don't know why DasFapitale is so hesitant with their Charons. Sure, they only have 300 HP, but like, now the Mace still have to move there, all on their own. And just reclaim the Thresher with the Crow incoming. I mean, that's a great play, assuming the Crow goes there. But no, Crow just moving around. Will not be bombing that engineer commander. At least I would hope not. Well, that engineer commander is getting out of the water, it seems. Crow? Why are you going there? Okay. I get that the home base is likely too well defended for a Crow to really do any damage. Yeah, and maybe you just assume that the commander would stay in the water. Well, now it's looking a little silly, reclaiming the Thresher. But of course, even with the Thresher here, the Crow shouldn't have gone down. Just one manual bombing run with the Crow, and the Thresher is gone. So, still makes sense to reclaim it. Dante! Just under 7,000 HP left. There it is, hovercraft. With a great counter to, well, heavy units. Dante and such. 3,000 burst on those lance. So quite easy to just destroy a single Dante. Crow for fahx coming back out again. But honestly, I still don't think fahx really has a chance. I don't. Assuming, well, DasFapitale gets that overdrive linked up. That eco could have been so much better. And sure, fusions with Geo available. I don't know why they're even building Geos if they're not linking them up to the maxes. How much energy are they like wasting over here in this grid? 70? The biggest sin is that none of this is connected. Indeed. 35 energy there, another 80, 90 energy there. Just not connected to any maxes at all. Crow v Crow in the background, and of course over here, Dante being chased by a couple of Mace, by the Lance. And even by a single Halberd. Wow. That is getting barbecued live. Well, Crow for DasFapitale coming in, but is that even going to be necessary? Dante is seemingly running away well enough. Apparently, like, Mace and such don't really have the speed to catch up. So I guess that's why you need your crow here, to just bomb it. But hey, Mace finally getting in range, so Dante is already gone. And crow now retreats, because that's a lot of damage. 3000 burst in just those tridents. And of course with the razor there as well. Enough DPS to easily destroy that crow. Over here, just like we saw it before, a commander, soon to be cleaned up by a couple of ravages, but DasFapitale moving their ravages away. Leaves them open for a bombing run as well. If they just set their ravages right around the enemy commander, the bombing run wouldn't have happened, because then you would have bombed your own commander. So, nope. Commander actually staying up. Decent bit of reclaim there. Not amazing reclaim. And oh no. That's close. fahx, are you going to be repairing? Nope. Flail. Trident. Gone. And you don't even take the Ravager with you. Yeah, that was not a great play there. Sure, you might be getting that Razor up, but it is too little too late. Although DasFapitale does manage to win this game, they should have had a way bigger lead. Just because of all of that additional overdrive they missed out on. Since their energy income was consistently way higher than that of fahx.